Good afternoon, guys. My name is Sumit Desai, and I have Bhavik here with me, and we are going to discuss about the first Test match that is recently concluded between India and Australia. We were going to go live, but due to some unavoidable circumstances, we are recording this video now. Bhavik, what do you take out of India's performance in the first Test?
Oh, okay. Uh, at the toss, we won the toss and we chose to bat. So that was the perfect start that we would have wanted. But then Prithvi Shaw, the first point, the selection of Prithvi Shaw. Oh, so we everyone knows that he keeps a big bat and pad gap between in his stance. Stark targeted that thing, and what
Yes,
we saw was just a disaster.
yes,
Both innings, he scored a duck and a four. So that's as a opener in an important series against Australia on a batting track. You just
yes,
don't want your openers to get out early. So
yes.
that is the first uh, biggest what can be said drawback for Team India. So I think Shubman Gill should replace him and make his debut in the second test. Else the story will be the same.
Yes, it's very important that you mentioned about Prithvi Shaw because what I feel is Prithvi Shaw is a good talent, but he is not yet matured into a good cricketer to face Stark, Cummins, and Hazelwood in their own
Yeah,
backyard.
exactly.
He needs to be more technical with his stance, and openers have to grind the bowlers. That's how they set the tone for the rest of the team. Here, Prithvi Shaw only played 6 balls in both the innings combined. So that's where India lost the plot, I guess. Uh, Shubman Gill did show a proper technique in the practice matches, but I don't know why still they chose Prithvi Shaw over Shubman Gill. That was a surprising call from the team management.
Well, it might be because we have been playing the same squad since we played our home test against West Indies last year. So that might be the reason that they wanted to stick to the winning combination. But then they need to understand these are not the subcontinent pitches. These are
Yes.
overseas pitches. These are Australian pitches. They have bounce, they have pace. You can't send that opener who likes to play in T20 mode even in test matches. You need
It is
to,
good that you mentioned about the status quo that India wants to maintain. That we have to adjust that this is Australian pitch. This is not a subcontinental pitch where you can play your kind of shots because
yeah,
you have grown up here. That reflected in how India ended up with 36 for 9. 5 players getting caught by team pain is I mean is beyond words. Even if they had caught in the slips, it would have been something new to watch because it was very clear uh, that they were targeting the top of off and we were just
yeah,
edging the ball
yes.
to keeper. So that application lack of application cost us the match.
That also shows that the our batsmen were like they have no clue what the ball will be behave how the ball will be behaving. We especially Kohli and Pujara haven't played a single ball under lights, but then this could not be the reason because this was when they came out to face that was the daytime. They should be there as a main batsman. They should have stepped up and
Yes,
calm the storm.
yes. And what I noticed was when Pujara got out, he was the first one to get out this way. Then also the players that followed Pujara didn't take an off stump guard. They were all playing at the middle stump guard and they were exposing their off stump. That's where Hazelwood and Cummins, both of them actually found their line and length perfectly early in the
Yeah,
day,
they were on point.
and
They were
they
on
just
point.
pounced on it for like half an hour or 45 minutes, and India was cleaned up.
Yeah, so 36 for 9 is actually you can't just you just cannot blame yourself. You just cannot blame the opposition. It is all on you. You have to blame yourself. You have to step up. You just can't play like that shots on an international level. You can't blame that, okay, they were bowling off stumps line, but this is test match. You have to face that.
True. How do you see India bouncing back in the Boxing Day Test match?
Well, it's all about now keeping positive mindset. You have to forget that test as early as possible.
Yes.
Regroup yourself, go with a positive mindset, and then wait for the rest.
And with Rahane being the captain and without Mohammad Shami, uh, do you think India can bounce back? Are you hopeful of that fact?
Well, as an Indian fan, everyone would like India to bounce back, but then Rahan has now extra responsibility on him because after Virat leaving, he had only one job to captain the team, but now he has to regroup the team. He has to build the team again, and also the number 4 slot is empty. KL Rahul has to come there and he has to play a role which Virat played.
Yes.
So that will be a very difficult task for India, but I'm sure they will bounce back.
Yes. As many of the Australian cricketers guessed, and even I guessed so, that India are losing this series 4-0. Do you think 4-0 is on the cards for India?
If the team failed to forget this 36 for 9, then 4-0 is on the cards. That there is no doubt on that, and especially Warner is back now, so we have to face Warner, Smith, and Labuschagne along with
Yes.
Stark, Cummins, and Hazelwood. So it will be very difficult for us to come back. But then KL Rahul has a good chance to cement his place in the team, and also Rohit Sharma will be back for the last 2 tests. So hopefully we can win a game and avoid this 4-0.
Yes. And as it is quoted that champions turn adversities into opportunities.
Yeah.
So this is a very great adversity for Indian management, Indian team, and Indian cricket, because 36 for 9 isn't going to be forgotten for a while now. How do you think India should reform their team structure in order to avoid such debacles in the future?
First change that I would like to say is Shubman Gill making debut for Prithvi Shaw, because he has the perfect technique.
Yes.
He can face the new ball.
Yes.
He can face the new ball. He can survive that opening spell from Stark and Cummins or Stark
Yes.
and Hazelwood. He can do that. He can also play aggressive shots to put the pressure back on them. So Gill is the first change I would like to see. KL Rahul has to bat at 4. There is no doubt in that.
Yes.
And Rahane should step up. Now is the time for Rahane to show what his technique is. He should step up and he should score runs. But the important point is Hanuma Vihari. He's playing only the test. He's playing only the test format for India for a long time now.
Yes.
And his role particularly is if Rahane, Pujara, and Kohli get out, then
Yes.
he is the one who should score runs. Who
Yes.
should score runs with Saha, who should score runs with Ashwin, and then he should bat with the tail.
Yes.
So he has to bat now. He has to step up.
I'm glad that you mentioned the role of Hanuma Vihari, because it takes me back to one important question. You see, whenever Indians lose Virat Kohli, uh, there's a sense of panic in the team, and that was evident when in the first innings when Virat Kohli was run out at 188 for 3, and we were crumbled to
Collapse.
244. So that is
Yeah.
56 runs lost. 7 wickets lost in a span of 56 runs. Okay. In
Yes.
the second innings as well, once Virat Kohli was out, we just managed 17 runs. And on the contrary, when Australia was under the pump and they were 6 down for 111, they managed to pull that to 191. So that is that they added 80 runs for the last 4 wickets. So my question here is, don't you feel that Indian bowling is cleaning up the tail a bit late and is inefficient in cleaning up the tail, as well as inefficient in providing that little support when the batsmen get out early? Because the batsmen know that they don't have enough batting power, so that puts an added pressure on the number 3, 4, 5.
Yes, our bowlers need to understand that they are not there to just go there and express themselves. They have to play according to the situation. They have to play a supporting role to the main batsman. They have to build partnerships. They have to play sensibly. You just can't go out there and hit sixes for fun. These are Australian bowlers. They will
Yes,
bounce back and they will take you. So you have to face them and you have to learn how to build partnerships.
yes,
And you mentioned the point of cleaning up the tail. So
yes,
this started from 2018 when we toured South Africa. We were
yes,
unable to clean them up, and that was the reason we lost the series as well.
yes.
So they need to find a way to clean up the tail.
That's what, because I've seen the recently played New Zealand series as well. Kyle Jamieson and Neil Wagner
Yeah.
were scoring, were
Yes.
actually building up partnerships. That's what Indian bowlers need to do when the batting fails, because it puts the batting under immense pressure then. And on the other side as well, there have to be a certain amount of batsmen, 2 or 3, who can actually provide that relief period to the bowlers with their part-time spin option, like Manas
Yes.
Labuschagne does for Australia.
Mhm.
So that is required. Plus, I think we need a left-arm pacer who can add to the variations, because what I found is we have 5 right-arm pacers in Shami, Bumrah, Umesh Yadav, Siraj, and Saini. So I'm pretty sure that they practiced all the angles, pace, bounce, seam, everything in the nets with against these 5 right-arm pacers. But still, the batsmen failed to protect their off stump and against 2 right-arm pacers of Australia. So that
Yes.
shows us the lack of application. They didn't prepare well against the right-arm pacers as well.
Well, it was just because I think the batting coach should be the one who should answer this question. None of our batsmen had an idea of where their off stump is.
Yes,
All were bundled out, and all of them edged one to team pain. So that
yes,
is just clear that no one was aware of where their off stump is. Batting coach is the one who should do this thing. But
yes.
if this happens again, then there is surely a problem with the team management.
Since you mentioned batting coach, I would like to take you to the team management. Uh, there have been accusations that the president of BCCI is showing more interest in branding mycircle11.com, and
Yeah.
the head coach is leaking out information. uh,
Hmm.
the captain is on a paternity leave. That's a debatable and arguable topic, so let's not go there. But how do you
Yeah.
think that the team management should respond to such a situations where you have so many youngsters who are under immense pressure after such a debacle? How do you pick yourself up as team management? You can't give all the responsibility of rebuilding to Rahane, because he himself is a new captain.
Yes.
So how do you
So
think?
this
Yes,
is yeah, this is the time when our head coach should step up. He should motivate the guys. He should also relieve some pressure from Rahane. He should also take the responsibility and motivate the team to perform well. He should be the one who's, who's, who might help team to forget this horror show 36 for 9.
yes.
So this is the time when Ravi Shastri should step up and do some miracle for team.
Okay. So now, as we had requested people to DM us the questions if they had any, and we got couple of questions regarding the captaincy of Virat Kohli. So would you like to shed some light over that topic?
Virat's captaincy, especially on the second day of this test match, was
Yes.
exceptional. He was on point with his fielding positions. He was on point with his bowling rotation.
Yes.
As a result, we saw Australia bundle out for 194 odd, and we got a 53-run lead.
Yes.
So that was good captaincy from Virat. But then on the third day, when the team collapsed and when he
Yes.
came to bat, he himself got out to a rash shot.
Yes.
That ball which he got out, that was a ball to be left alone and not to be driven. He went
Yes.
for the counter attack and he paid the price. So as a
Yes.
captain, as a senior captain, you should not do this. You should be the one who should have told Hanuma Vihari to build a partnership with him, because you have just lost your vice captain, you have lost your both the openers.
Yes.
So that was the time when you as a captain should step up with Hanuma Vihari, who was also another a new inexperienced guy, because he has not played that much on the Australian pitches.
Yes.
So he should have built a partnership with him and he should have taken the game deep. But rather he just played a rash shot and got out himself. That was poor
Interesting.
from Virat.
Yeah, interesting that you mentioned that shot as rash shot, because I agree with your point that that ball had to be left alone. At that point of time, all that the captain had to do was build a partnership and take India to a respectable total. And it was
Yes.
quite evident that even if Australia would have managed 7 or 8 wickets, but Virat Kohli was on the ground, they wouldn't have experienced that calmness in their environment, because they
Absolutely.
knew how dangerous Virat Kohli is. And adding to this point, I would also like to mention about the team environment when they left for Australia. I mean, before the ODI series, Virat Kohli came up and said that he didn't have a talk with Rohit Sharma and there was lack of clarity, as he mentioned, regarding
Yes.
Rohit Sharma. So that was, I think, something not quite convincing, because Rohit Sharma is the second senior most member of your team and he's your deputy, he's your vice captain. So if he wanted, he could have got a chance to, have a one-on-one talk with Rohit to
Yes.
gain clarity. So
Well, I think that is all on the team management and the selectors. This is a debatable topic, but then no, none of us knows what the exactly problem is. So better to stay out. What else can we say there?
yes, but the team environment hasn't been proper since India landed in Australia, and that's why we first posted that this is just the start of the disastrous tour.
Yeah,
And
that is true.
that takes me to our last question. Uh, this is the concluding question. We have
Oh,
seen how West Indies has evolved as a T20 team, and
yes.
how it has failed miserably in ODI and Test formats. And I think India on this tour only won the T20 series. I'm not ruling out the Test series as of yet, but do you think that over dependence on franchise cricket is hurting Indian cricket somewhere?
Well, I think the franchisee cricket, and also we played a test cricket after after a long time,
Yes,
because the things, because due to this pandemic, have changed. Australia themselves haven't played a test match, and that we
yes,
saw they got bundled out for 194.
yes,
But then but then they are Australia. They know how to bounce back on their pitches. That is what Cummins and Hazelwood showed us.
yes,
So that is not a reason that to say that okay, 36 for 9 is because we played after a long time. But as a professional cricketer, you have to face these things and you have to step up.
yes. Agreed, agreed. Okay, so thank you, Bhavik, for joining us, and we'll meet for preview of the Boxing Day test. That is the biggest cricketing event of the year. Let's hope that
Yes.
India bounces back
Yeah,
and
surely.
we take we take the uh, we take it 1-1.
Yes, surely. And hopefully we can retain the Border Gavaskar trophy by 2-2 at least.
Yes, let's hope for the best then.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.